this SGM. Basically, we started 15 minutes late because of the amount of budget for that. We will actually be talking about as per the agenda. There are two important agendas, which is actually team convenience. The second one is the financial reports. These are the major items for the agenda. We would like to spend more time. We would like to spend more time over this and try to answer as much queries over this. And if we have time, we will actually go with third, fourth, and fifth. But I would encourage everyone to spend more time on first and second. We already distributed the SGM notice, which is along with the DDR and the financial reports. Hope everyone has got these copies, and we need to come a little prepared before we start this. For this meeting, the chairperson would be Mr. Anil Suryavanshi, and then with that we will start with this particular meeting. To start with, everybody knows the team convenience order has been issued on 17th July of last month, and the order is, we will discuss about the order. And as per this particular process of team convenience, once the order is issued, we have to take to the next stage, which is a JDR, that's the Joint District Register, in which we have to actually register our agreement or the sale deal. Before going to that step, we want to actually discuss few of the things of the DDR order. How does that look? What we had planned and what has come? Because what we had planned is mostly based on what we want, but what is come looks like it is whatever papers are there. So there is a huge difference in expectation and what we have got. Because I think as I communicated most of the time, most of the work starts with the paperwork. This petition, there is a route of an high court, where we could appeal our case in High Court also. So I'm just making you aware of this particular process. Let's start that DDR order. Okay.
Hello. Has everybody gone through the order? Like it was in Marathi. So सर्वांना वाचायला वेळ मिळाला आहे का? कमी वाचू परत ती ऑर्डर. मोस्टली वाचते. त्याच्यामध्ये मी शेवटचं एक वाचतो फक्त जे सर्टिफिकेट आहे, प्रमाणपत्र जे आहे ते मी वाचून दाखवतो. महाराष्ट्र मालकी हक्काच्या सदनिकांबाबत त्या बांधण्यास प्रोत्साहन देणे, त्यांचे विक्री, व्यवस्थापन व हस्तांतरण यांचे नियमन करण्याबाबत अधिनियम 1963 चे कलम 11(4) अन्वये मला प्राप्त झालेल्या अधिकारानुसार मी किरण सोनवणे, सक्षम अधिकारी तथा जिल्हा उपनिबंधक, सहकारी संस्था पुणे, शहर पुणे, प्रमाणित करतो की शुभश्री वुड्स रो हाऊस सहकारी गृहरचना संस्था मर्यादित ही संस्था महाराष्ट्र सहकारी संस्था अधिनियम 1960 व त्याखालील नियम 1961 मध्ये असलेल्या तरतुदीप्रमाणे नोंदणी क्रमांक PNA 3 HSG TO 1210/08 दिनांक 21/10/2008 अन्वये नोंदवण्यात आलेल्या सहकारी गृहनिर्माण संस्थेच्या नावे सर्वे नंबर 128(1) P ते 7, 129(1) P ते 8, 127(5) P ते 2. इथं ती चूक झालेली, तिचा 1 ते 2 करायचं आहे. त्याचा रेक्टिफाईड ऑर्डर आपण ॲडव्होकेटला करेक्ट करायला सांगितलेलं आहे. पिंपळे सौदागर पुणे 27 या मिळकतीत एकूण 19,806.29 ही मिळकत नोंदणी अधिनियम 1908/16 खालील कोणत्याही इतर समुचित नोंदणी अधिकाऱ्यास जमीन व इमारतीचे एकूण बांधकाम क्षेत्र 24,023.53 चौरस मीटर यासह मोकळी जागा, अंतर्गत रस्ते यामध्ये अर्जदार संस्थेच्या बांधकामाच्या प्रमाणात अविभक्त हिस्स्यासह यातील प्रवर्तकाचे हक्क, मालकी हक्क व हितसंबंध यांचे शुभश्री वुड्स रो हाऊस सहकारी गृहरचना संस्था मर्यादित या अर्जदाराच्या नावे मानव अभिहस्तांतरण म्हणून अभिहस्तांतरण करणाऱ्या अभिहस्तांतरण विलेखाचे एकपक्षीय निष्पादन करण्यासाठी हे प्रकरण अर्जदारांनी दाखल केलेल्या कागदपत्रावरून योग्य असल्याचे प्रमाणित करून सदरचे प्रमाणपत्र देत आहे. सो इन शॉर्ट व्हॉट इट सेज इज टोटल एरिया ऑफ 19,806.29 square meters from these 3 survey numbers will be handed over to us. And apart from that, that is the actual land. Apart from that, there are common spaces, internal roads, open spaces will have the share proportionate to our built-up area. So our total built-up area is 24,023.53 square meters. So total area of the plot as per government records, like including all these three survey numbers, was 71,400 square meters. Out of that, corporation has taken some land for road development from the builder. So that is around 8,011 square meters. So remaining plot area is 63,388 square meters. So out of this area, he has to basically, as per government norms, he has to give some space for amenity, that is 5%. So this is the space like Solaris building plus this Vision Galleria. This is marked as amenity space. Actually, builder is supposed to hand over this to corporation, and then corporation can make use of it for gardens, schools, hospitals. There is also provision for shopping complex, like which is what I think builder has utilized. I have not studied the law in detail, but Maharashtra Development Control laws allow such things like this shopping complex can be used by common public, which is outside the society. So I think he is within the rules, but I have not studied in detail. Maybe somebody wants, he can go and check with the corporation. So, and then he has to keep 10% open space for any construction. So he has kept gardens. Mandir is an open space. Then there is open space in our phase 2. And in S3 building also he has kept some spaces as open space. So that is 10% of the total plot area. So which comes around 6,388 square meters. For internal road, which is mainly in our society, so all the internal roads, like S3 doesn't have any internal road because the building does not need it. But as access road, we need internal roads. So the area for that is 9,458 square meters. So if we exclude all these areas like internal roads, amenity space and open space, the total plot area what remains is 44,428 square meters. So that is the net area, and the total construction that he can do on this plot is 53,879 square meters. So out of this 53,000, what we have consumed is 24,023 square meters. So when he takes the proportion, like he has taken a proportion, so total area is around 55,000 square meters, our share is 24,000 square meters, and based on that percentage he has calculated the open spaces and internal roads. So the total ground coverage for our society is around not our society, total including S3 and us is 15,353 square meters. So what I have got is basically, so as per the talks with DDR, like there is still some FSR that builder needs to utilize around 300 square meters, 300 or 400 square meters. Out of that we will get our share, which comes to around 0.42%. So maybe on that we will have to pay stamp duty, because if there is a balance FSI that is not being consumed from our share, then we will have to pay stamp duty on that. So any queries on this you can ask, we can try to answer those.
Calculation, is there any area which is balanced and will have to basically pay stamp duty on that?
No, so that's what, like stamp duty has to be paid on balance FSI. So if you go by the 2008 plan, around 400 square meters balance FSI is there, and from that we will have to take our share, which comes around 0.42%. So maybe around 200 square meters or near about that. So we'll have to pay stamp duty on that. So our advocate is getting the architect certificate from the DDR office. That will specify, okay, what is the balance FSI and what is the stamp duty that we need to pay.
I will come to know what.
Yeah. It is our share in the entire plot area. All three survey numbers, 127, 128, 129. So it doesn't demark, like, there is no demarcation. It says that in these three survey numbers, 19,000 square meter will belong to us. It is not area below the house, it is not road, it is not open space. It is basically the area, our share in these three survey numbers, this is our share. So if you want the ground coverage of our houses, it is around 12,000 square meters.
When we give the architect certificate, right, we have given 2005 layout, and what DDR has considered is 2008 layout. and we had actually used the premises way of claiming the particular land, because in that we had a maximum profit. But as per the laws, as per the laws, the DDR is supposed to take the revised layout plan. So revised layout plan 2008, he has considered. So with that 2008, we have the 19,000 share, which is basically a ratio between the FSI used in the S3 and the FSI what we are using. So it's a ratio based area calculation. So that's how the 19,000 is come into picture. We had to take 2005 layout. So to understand the 2005 layout, it's not only Subhashri Woods row house is not in the part of it. It includes S3 also. So most of the area allotment happens to the whole layout plan. It doesn't happen on the project based. So most of this particular FSI builder is used in the S3, and that's how we have used 2005, in which we have both the plans. We have used 2005 because our completion certificate mentions 2005, and we expected DDR to use 2005, but when DDR actually has an inquiry given to the PCMC, they have given the revised plan of 2008, which is actually issued on 31st March 2008, which is well date before the registration date. So that's how it is blocked at that particular space. And I think in S3 is 8th floor in that plan, right? And that's how it's like, if you delay the deemed convenience and you get a revised plan on the PCMC, that area what we have got 19,000 will start reducing, because our issue is going to be reduced with the time. Okay? Any queries? You can just go ahead and ask.
Now, since we are saying that we will proportionate area, and this 19,000 is exclusive to Subhashri Woods, right?
Yes.
There is no division. So in that case, then how do you claim that area? Which area belongs to us then?
So how, this is what we understand, how is this particular procedure is, we have 19,000, S3 would have certain area, which is not given to them, sale deed will not happen, but our 19,000 sale deed will go ahead. Whenever the sale deed happens, they will have their plot. And this undivided share which is there, which is the internal roads and open space, that most probably we have to form another federation society above both of them, and that land has to be transferred over that particular society, which will be common across us.
No, that is understood. I am talking about the exclusive space which is 19,000, which belongs to us. There is demarcation.
There is no demarcation. The layout is considered as a single entity.
No
Now.
issue, no issue.
Yeah.
So we say 12,000 is our houses.
Right.
So where is the balance 7,000? Where do we claim which? They belong there.
Yes.
They have to give us some space, no?
So what we need to consider is what is the balance FSI, what is the construction that you can do. So I just explained the difference between the ground coverage of our and the 19,000, right? So ground coverage covers only your row house area. It does not consider the back and front open spaces. So this 19,000 that is coming, it is adjusted in that, right? So we are not getting more. If you consider that space, it is 33,000 square meters.
Please clearly, it doesn't include the garden space, that's what they are saying. 19,000, right?
No, so you can't demarcate. You can't demarcate. So some portion of garden space is covered in that. So what I am saying is our ground coverage is 12,000 square meters.
Which is excluding the back. And
Excluding
front
back. So remaining 7,000. So builder has played basically very cleverly, right? He has utilized the FSI on the open space, right? So although he said, okay, this front open space will belong to you, but the land, it is not our, basically on record, is not on our name, right? So, but right to use, like all internal roads, our garden front back space, our gardens, there is no denial, like we have the right to use. So nobody will come and say that, okay, this is my land. So through this conveyance deed, what we are ensuring is that we have the title, clear title, like society's name will be there on the title. In future, builder was to do any changes, he'll have to consult us, he'll have to talk to us. Other than that, you can't do anything, because now land belongs to us, right? So that is the advantage that you have got. And in future, there is an increase in FSI. Right now, as per PCMC rules, one FSI is there. Like for 1 square meter, you can construct 1 square meter of basically built up, right? So in future, corporation increases to 1.5. So on this 19,000 area, we are going to get the benefit of that, right?
So going forward,
That land belongs to us. We can consume the FSI. We can rebuild. We can basically change the raw structure, put another structure on top of it. We'll have to get the corporation permissions. We'll have to change the. plan. Redevelopment laws again I have different.
Hello. Yeah.
So the redevelopment, whenever it happens,
Yes.
it will not be exclusive to our own interest. There will be other parties involved in the decision making.
Obviously, both will have to basically get in agreement. Like because now builder has constructed two societies on it. Obviously, there will have to be a decision making by both the societies. Without other parties' consent, nothing will happen.
So you can't redevelop your row houses if SQ objects that no, you don't allow us.
Yes, that's process. Right.
What about the internal roads? Why are they a part of not exclusive to?
Yeah, so what basically DDR goes is by the layout. So you have this 2008 drawing, which shows this is a complete layout, includes S3 society and row houses, right? So all the open spaces, internal roads, whatever is there inside, that has the equal share based on your built-up unit. So this document says, DDR has just referred this plan, he did not receive or basically consider any of our arguments like search browser. So he said, okay, you go to consumer court, I don't have any jurisdiction on the search browser. So there are different codes for different things. DDR is just for transferring the land on your name. He will not entertain any other complaint from your side.
Yeah. So other thing is, if you look, when I'm not sure, I was not that for that period, but he will be there. But in 2003, that layout plan is exclusive for row houses. Okay. If you had taken the 2003, you would get what you said. It's just a half thing. There are some row houses which are excluded, but 2005 is inclusive of S3, and that was used for the society registration. 2008. No, 2005 was used, but revised 8 was done by builder in due course of time, and we had to add it to 2008. I think the major, the back side or the back step what we got is because of S3, and S3 addition is something because of which we are seeing these numbers. We also provided that sales brochure, which is just the row houses. So as Anil said, right, DDR said, go ahead and fight the different case for it. Because as per the PCMC, this is what the layout is there. If the brochure was just the row houses, he has done whatever is there in the papers. So if you think it is not, then go ahead and fight a case for that. So that's how it stands as of today. And we took a legal opinion of our advocate. We expect, since it's a major case, we expect all the members, if they are interested, take a legal opinion on this particular case, because we are referring to one advocate. But you all are free to see with your advocate how does this look in a legal aspects. Okay, because sales brochure is just for advertisement for the first. That's the input what we got from our advocate. Okay, and that's a written statement what we have.
Because firstly, I would like to thank you for taking all the efforts. Okay, I just have one query. See, it's not just S3, right? Even Solaris would have some stake, or it won't have. Okay, so that's clarified, right? Okay, I just go ahead. Okay, so there's one line in this statement which says, I'll read out in Marathi and then probably we'll go over it. It says, अंतर्गत रस्ते यामध्ये अर्जदार संस्थेच्या बांधकामाच्या प्रमाणात. So अर्जदार is us, correct? So अर्जदार संस्थेच्या बांधकामाच्या प्रमाणात अविभक्त हिस्सा मिळेल. ओके, अविभक्त म्हणजे आता रस्त्यामध्ये जर मला अविभक्त मिळाला तर then how is S3 coming into picture?
Undivided share. It says it's a share, but it is not divided.
Demarcation
Demarcation. There's no demarcation. Proportionate.
अच्छा, it is that way कि there will be no demarcation.
There will be no demarcation.
Okay, and it also says that हस्तांतर करणे योग्य होईल. When is that हस्तांतर going to happen? But it doesn't specify who is going to take a call on it and when are we going to get that clarification, right?
So that's what we said. Like now DDR has paused the order. Now it is for us to take it to the next level. That is a joint district registrar, what we call a JDR, where we have to go and get this land transferred, right? So what he will check basically, okay, give me the index to how many guys have paid stamp duty, who have not paid stamp duty, pay the remaining stamp duty, and then he will hand over the 19,000 square meter to us. And in that he will also mention that we have got undivided share in the open spaces and internal roads, right? So what we need to do, there is one more step that we can do on our own. Once the S3 gets their convention, we'll need to form the association of apartments. So there will be two members, S3 and us, and the common spaces, internal roads, we can get a transfer on that association of apartments. That step we can get it done.
there's also a mention of this 24,000, right? 24,023. So that just specifically our area, correct? Our built-up area, and it doesn't include any rows or amenity spaces. Okay. So it says amenity spaces अंतर्गत रस्ते यामध्ये ओके बांधकामाच्या क्षेत्राच्या तसेच मोकळी जागा included आहे. So I don't know if, because it specifically calls out that the 24,000 also includes the open spaces. No, it says that.
Basically, the 24,000 is a built-up area. Yeah, so that is a built-up area which is granted to our society. Okay, and basically there is one correction of amenity space also, right? The amenity space is not included right now in the transfer because as per the advocate as well as DDR, the amenity space is the PCMC. It comes under PCMC jurisdiction, so we need to work it out how that works.